Hello YouTube, I am Pinstar, and this is Warlock 2, The Exiled, Episode 5. So when we last left our fine empire of Ficklewood and their gradually increasing levels of intrepidness, we are preparing for the Shadows of Angval event. I probably butchered that name, but the two-headed dragon guys. For those of you not familiar with this game, around about turn 30 or so, we get these big nasty two-headed dragon guys.
Someone in need?
Which reminds me, I probably started my Warlock's Evangel a little bit late. And as much as I hate to cancel a recruitment here, I'm going to want that extra turn just to be on the safe side. We'll have time enough to make settlers later. I probably should have led with warlocks beforehand and not wasted those 2 turns. So hopefully that does not bite me in the rear end. Okay, we just finished our research on the Grella's healing spell, 20 life magic damage. Not terribly useful at the moment, but I can see uses for it coming on the horizon. But what that does do is it opens up the very important blessing of fertility, which I am in dire need of as I am slightly on the starvy side here. So, yeah. Now, as far as, speaking of spells, the other thing I wanted to do is to sort of prep our high healer here by moving her out of my capital. I'll move her down to this city. The other thing I want to do to prep her is to get that melee resistance on her. Actually, do I want to get it on her, or do I want to put it first on my ogre? What's your melee resistance? It's already pretty darn high. Well, making it even higher will make it even more disgusting. So yeah, we'll start with putting it on my ogre here, and then we'll put it on her. Since he's about to receive some melee damage attacking Webshire here. So speaking of... yeah, he's going to knock half of the city's health off of there. Yeah, go ahead, buddy. Do what you're best at. Boom, and a promotion to boot. And since he already softened it up, I might as well take my fully healed spearman over here. Boy, they almost did as much as the ogre. That's crazy. I am still wary of that wind elemental that's floating around here somewhere that killed my archers. I'm still upset about that. Ah yes, and my settler here is on the move. Should be able to kill Webshire just around the same time that they get there. Okay, Mr. Ogre, what did you get? Well, you don't need Blade Wall. You already have tons of melee resistance. So, yeah, Furious Charge is the only logical choice for you. Let's see, anything else? No, nothing else at the moment. These guys will be popping out of the water pretty soon, next turn. And, yeah, my healer's going to be hanging out here in Mirith Itern. Oop, something spawned up there. Well, let's finish you off with Mr. Ogre. Yeah, no contest. And I'm going to insta-destroy this city. I don't want a single touch of their unrest, and I'm not going to wait to grow. There's no special... there's no way that the undead can use the resources around here in a unique manner. At least I don't think so. Yeah, their pig farms are the same as everyone else's pig farms. So yeah, away you go. Now our spearmen, I'm just going to tentatively poke their heads up here just to see. So there are 2 wind elementals here. One is on their native habitat here, and one is not. Let's see, if I nuke the wind elemental here, then, well, let's see what I got here. This fireball is a little bit overkill now, but Even when they're in the forest, even with the little extra overkill, it's still not going to be quite enough to kill them. And I don't want to leave a wounded wind elemental because they'll just fly away to heal. And that kind of defeats the purpose and makes it a waste of mana. You guys, if I nuke the wind elemental, I'll have enough movement, 1, 2, 3, to run up there and pop the nest. They'll get blasted by these guys, but then next turn I'll be able to hit them with my fireball and hopefully bring them out of the cover the turn after. So, all right, you know what? That is the move that I have decided will be mine. I'm going to nuke these guys. Down you go. Going to take the nest. Yeesh, even more pigs. And some scarabs. Not quite as much mana on the return swing there as I would have liked. I'm not too worried about these minotaurs because my ogre's kind of here and he can kind of wreck some minotaur. Okay, yes, so we did an early harbor. It was not the most financially optimal build, but I wanted to get that harbor in there so I could clear out that one thing before the sea crests came back. So, yeah, let's get that market down there. And you guys pop on out of the water. And you are just going to sit tight. Oh yeah, let me start pre-casting my melee resistance spell here, since I'm going to need a little time for my mana to recover. Youch! Stupid wind elemental. Yeah, you're not going to be killing my spearmen here. No siree. Get you on some high ground here. Mr. Ogre is going to be... Alright, so you guys, I'm going to need to approach this carefully because I do not want this wind elemental to come in and then snipe my guy before he settles. So, alright, you've got 3 movement. 1, 2, 3 movement would put you here. If I move you up 1, 1, 2, 3, but he can't settle on the same turn. So I'm going to move you up 1 more, 1, 2, and then still has a movement left over to settle, because this is where I want to go. And just to... there. That should discourage them from coming after me. Okay, so you... High healer gets the shield. And we get a new building here. Once again, we still can't build our harbor, but we can build ourselves a bank. Ooh, and another building to be constructed. Okay, so here's this this city's little gimmick. So this is going to be my mana city, and before, with our capital we went Mana Trap, Hall of Alchemy, Chamber of Magic, and went down the research path. Well, the Chamber of Flight is the mana path, so that is what we absolutely are going to be doing with this city, is we're going to be going crazy, go nuts with the mana. And unfortunately I don't have any mana boosting tiles, but yeah, building you there. And you guys gonna go up here.
Someone in need?
And you keep sitting tight. How am I doing on those? 2 more turns to the Warlocks. Alright, fingers crossed that Mr. Dragon doesn't show up for 2 turns. Alright, that's good.
The new spell research is complete.
Excellent. Alright, Blessing of Fertility. That is going to help me out. Although I wonder, I'm eventually going to be scrapping this city, or rather turning it into a holy city, rather than in favor of this city. So you know what? I'm going to save my casting of it for this city and not actually waste the mana on my other food city. So 1, 2, and settle that city.
A new city has been founded, my lord.
And I'm going to do the same thing I did before, where quicksand. Now let's fix the quicksand problem, because I don't want to have to be paying extra for that. There we go, that's better. Alright, so, yeah, not only are you not paying extra, now you're making extra food, and you'll make even extra food. Okay, you guys are fine where you are right now. I mean, I could move you into the city for extra healing, but that might invite the wind elemental to come in and take a shot. I am going to get the ogre inside. Well, actually, I'll just heal up the ogre. He's fine there. Alright, and so that brings me to... I cannot go to Blessing of Life yet. Until Grella gets happier with me, which is fine. We've got other stuff we can do. What I'm going to do here is going to grab summon ghost wolves. Ghost wolves are a very interesting unit, and if I find myself being able to use them, I will show you how best to make use of them. I'll go into more detail then. Okay, you guys are sitting tight.
Rule number 3. Obey.
You guys sit tight. Ah, good. My warlocks have appeared on time. Excellent. Alright, so you guys, Mr. Warlocks, you are going to get some melee resistance, because that is what is important at the moment. And you guys go back to settler production, because that is also what is important, because I need some extra cities. And oh yes, you need your new thing here. So what I'm going to do here, now this may not seem optimal, and I may trash this particular building later on in favor of another, is I'm going to build a shrine to Agrella. Not only will this make my capital grow a little bit faster, because the shrine's little effect is to give you a permanent plus 10 population growth, but it also helps with keeping my people happy, and I'm pretty soon going to be trashing the one farm in the city. So once the shrine is up and built, it'll help mitigate the anger from that. So, shrine to Agrella. This will also make it so that I only need one more city before I can start accessing my my next thing. And like I said, I might eventually replace this, but for the time being, this is what we want. We could go down and grab that university, but that upkeep is just going to be taking too much damage to my gold income to stack on too many more upkeep buildings at the moment. Once our gold cities grow a little larger, we can start expanding that. But right now, that's what I want to do. So I'll put you up here. That was... yes, that was the right one. Good. Whew. Okay. And you guys are definitely going to be sitting tight here in this capital city. And so are you. You're sort of covering our bases here. Oh yes. So you, I can't cast Blessing of Fertility because of the and you guys. Okay, so I can see that. And this little turd's taunting me. But I will deal with them later. What I am going to do with my ogre is I'm going to move you down here, just in case you, well, he might come into use, possibly. And then I'm going to move you guys in here, since you are now sheltered by the city. Even if the wind elemental comes in, I don't think he'll be able to kill them, and it might bring them out of the trees to let me damage them a bit more.
The new spell research is complete.
Alright, well, the dragons are definitely dragon themselves. I probably shouldn't have canceled that settler, but hindsight 2020 and all that. Okay, so ghost wolves. Probably good to get a casting of that off sooner rather than later. Although, you know what, probably aren't going to need them immediately. Mainly because their upkeep is going to eat into my mana production. Ghost wolf or not to ghost wolf? They are quite cheap, but you know what, I need my my financial goodies sooner. So even though I'm slacking a little bit, let's get Harvest Blessing going here. And yes, so the final stage in this thing is, well, first off, you're going to be making me another settler, since now I have 2 cities that can do that. I'm also going to make a foundry, because even though I'm going to convert this city, what I can do is I can build this foundry. Once it's done building, I can use up all 5 of the perks on my various units and then convert this city. And at the same time, it takes 3 turns to build the settler, 3 turns to do that, so the city can make itself as useful as possible in the latter stages of its life. Meanwhile, what I am going to do is Blessing of Fertility. Well, next turn anyway. Although, that is going to eat up a lot of my mana. Normally I'd go for it, but I am just wary of those dragons. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for more combat and throw a frost weapon enchant on my warlocks. And yeah, you pause here. You guys keep healing.
Kunai o Angel.
Yes. Ah, and my Sky Caravel is now able to be produced. So here's the other reason why I like this particular thing in here, is that the Sky Caravel and the Warlocks of Angel, who are going to be the mainstays of my army here, are both produced in 2 different cities, meaning that in the later game, when my income is disgustingly high, I can make use of both of them for production. So yeah, it's good like that. At the moment, they're a little too expensive, but in the near future, I'll probably pop one out to do some airborne exploration. And I just noticed that this city right here is no longer neutral; it is purple. So my rival is somewhere over here, and they have taken that neutral city, which is just as well. I mean, I can't really make a good play for it without being vulnerable to the city's attack via the water, and I couldn't get to it by land because of this, but neither can they. They'll be vulnerable to me via water, and they can't march through this palace anyway, so it's all good like that. Now this episode's going to be running a little bit long, but I want to tackle the dragons. And you guys level up, and oh yeah, you guys are getting endurance, because that's what you're staring down at the moment. And yeah, you guys do that. Well, you dragons are really dragging your feet. Ha ha ha. Sorry about that. Alright, well, you know what? I'm going to start precasting Blessing of Fertility. Alright, one more turn left on the shrine. I can start I can trash that farm next turn and get something else good. Yes, you guys stick around. And Mr. Ogre is also going to be sticking around. And you stick around.
Congratulations! You have
Sheesh, Mr.
successfully
Dragon.
researched a new spell, my lord.
All right. Yummy food. And that's just going to become even more powerful as I build up my stuff, especially once I hook up these pigs next time this city grows. And Harvest Blessing is right there on the heels. Okay, well, might as well go down this path. Okay, so you guys have that market. You guys have the silver mine, so next logical step is tax office. Even more money. Money, money, money. Oh yes, and my settler, who needs to get the heck out of here, because I do not want him to become dragon bait. What I think I will do is... you get over there. You guys, you have finished your shrine, so you can trash this farm. And what is my income like that? Map and all. Alright, I am sort of sipping at the heel here for my mana, so I want more mana. Again, I can get the university, but I want to be higher in the way of gold. Although, it does give me 2 mana right off the top there. And it does make my guys a little bit more powerful. I was going to go for mana storage, which, let me see, 50% boost, so that's 4.5 mana versus that, plus even more research. Oh, you know what? I need the mana because I'm going to be going on a casting spree that's going to be very mana intensive. I'll pick up the university in my next build. Okay. Well, this video is going to be running a bit long, but I want you guys to see the dragons. I know. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Can't exactly... About dang time!
We have to kill you by his order. But we are tired. We know. Our nephew do it. Farewell, then.
I don't understand how you could possibly be tired. You certainly slept in long enough. Alright, where did our dragons appear? Alright. Vampires? The heck are vampires doing there? Since when did they turn the random spawns into vampires? Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Okay, well, you guys spawned right on top of my poor settler. Poopy pants. Well, how am I going to be dealing with this? Well, you're going to see. Yeah, I know, I lied to you. Sorry! I didn't mean to lie to you, but I did. We'll be seeing that in the next video. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, you want to see more, you want to see how I handle the Shadow of Vendril, or the Shadows of Vendril, plus an extra side helping of vampires on top of them at the same time, tune in next time. So, I am Pinstar. Hit that like, subscribe, and leave me a comment, and I'll see you guys next time.